Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, mothers, fathers, daughters, sons, brothers and sisters. This is the Apex Online Racing iRacing Formula 3 League Season 2, round number 8, here around the Ardennes Forest for Spa. It is going to be a fantastic race, I have no doubts. My name is King-Kodiak, and I will be one of your commentators throughout this evening's race. Joining me in the commentary box, I'm always happy to say, is my companion for this season. It is Simon.
Hello.
Hello to you, as everybody is streaming out onto track then for this very long circuit. Of course, the longest in our calendar. I believe is the longest in our calendar. I can't think of many that are longer than Spa at the best of times.
Well, if you go longer, you get Nürburgring, the Nordschleife, and Le Mans.
Well, yeah, not going to be visiting those tracks in these things. I think it would be yeah, that would be death.
Though, especially they say like Le Mans, you just watch people go straight.
Yeah, a lot of blown up engines, I would think. Right, we have got 24 drivers with us this very eve. Before we have a look at who we have got with us, have a quick summary of where people are in the championship. Let's just bring up the overlay. There we are. Now, leading the way still with a 76-point lead is... Where is he? There he is. It is Paul Elbrink for Radicals Online. Whoops, getting a bit twitchy there on the exit of Tan Tan. That corner is named, and I've forgotten what it's become named. It's been called No Name for so long, and it has actually been named now, and I've completely forgotten what it was named to. So Paul Elbrink still leads the way. Marcel Fassbender, where are you? There he is for Semarsi Solo. Car number 49 had a less than successful run last week at Donington, but is still very much in the hunt. But his teammate René Osterkamp won both races last time out, which brought him just 2 points behind his amazing teammate. But 78 points behind Mr. Elbrink, and then a big 59-point gap back to Stefan Herman. There he is, car number 179 for Semarsi Dolphin. So once again, the Sea of Yellow up at the top end of the field in 5th position. Besides Paul, the first non-Semarsi driver to mention is Phil Reed. He trails Stefan by only 3 points, 176, and then another fairly sizable gap, 50 points back to Mr. Kessler. There he is, car number 28, sits on 126 points. And then just another 1 point behind him is Mr. Holstein. There he is for Comrade Gaming, who for most of the practice session was leading the way with his teammate Dominic Adamer, but was pipped to the top of that particular timing point just at the end by, you guessed it, the Semarsi bikes. In what are we in 8th position in the championship is Knut Martinsen. There he is, car number 20 for AOR Yellow, sits on 200 points, so only 9 behind Mr. Holstein. 9th position is Connor Ryan, the next of the Radical squad. He sits just 3 points behind Knut, and rounding out the top 10. Is he with us? Charlie Summers, are you here? He is not here. Nope. So, a bit of a shame, but that is how the top 10 currently stand.
Yeah, actually, a practice session where the Semarsi guys were far down for most of it. Ironically enough, it caused a little bit of unhappiness that Kessler decided to take. Semarsi decided to actually show up at the end of the practice session. Just Holstein, oh come on, don't pull a Mercedes in the server chat.
Yeah, he's just gone and spun it there on his first time lap. Now the qualifying session for this race, and for this race specifically, has been extended. That's why we're on 5 minutes earlier than normal, due to the fact that it's a pretty damn long lap. They could have got their 3 time laps in, but only just. So they would leave very little wiggle room. So it was agreed to extend the practice session by 15 minutes. By 5 minutes, to give them time. Well, as Mr. Holstein now appreciates, just to give a bit of wiggle room in there. Sometimes on the board. Now, this is their outlap that's going on the board, I think. They haven't done there's not time-lapse going on the board just yet.
Actually, they started to get around to staying like fast laps now. Holstein is currently the top. Carsten's top. Herman and Ilbring behind him as it stands. That's 11 people out of 25 has set a time.
Indeed. There is our championship leader with just 4/10 behind the top spot at the moment, but still plenty of time for them to get out there and get on with it. But, well, I say plenty of time, but it really isn't with the length of lap that we've got here at Spa. Spa is one of these tracks that does kind of need to be treated a bit differently to most. Dominic ADMS slotting into 4th, and some more times coming on the board now, I can see. And as usual, the gaps between each car are fairly small, even with the long track, of course, we have at Spa. Also, something worth noting that Simon informed me of earlier is they're using the endurance pit exit, not the Formula 1 pit exit. So when they come out of the pits, they will reappear at the top of Radion, not spitting them out at the bottom of the hill. So that is something our drivers need to bear in mind. And probably me, because I may well forget before the race is done.
Also, one more change to the effect addition. The endurance pit is that the source is the last corner now, not the first corner. They use the start finish line on the backside.
Aha.
So in Rouge is now turn 1. That's going to be fun.
Good to know. Good to know. Speaking of, I don't have my track map handy. That's because I despite the fact that I do know Spa fairly well, I will get the corner names wrong, because I always do. Let's grab that so that use the correct terminology. There we go. Right. Who is about to start a hot lap? See if we can pick up somebody. Where is Stefan Herman? He's coming through Les Combes. Let's follow him through the rest of his lap on the exit of Les Combes, down the hill, heading towards Bruxelles. Staying over to the left-hand side, sweeping through the 180-degree right-hander. Over to the right, and then sweeps through turn 10. Normally turn 11, but as Simon's mentioned, that we start after La Source, so that is then turn 10. Now into Pouhon. Now this corner is going to catch a few people. Now you can see there's a fair amount of bumping going on. It's not as smooth as these drivers would probably like. Now coming into the campus chicane. We've seen quite a lot of spins in the preceding practice session. We caught Holstein having a bit of a spin as well. So it's going to be very, very trying for our drivers. Now, Stavelo. Nicely taken, keeping the car nice and steady. Flat out through Curve Paul Frey. And then it is Blanchimont. Staying hard over to the right-hand side for the shortest route possible. Foot absolutely nailed to the floor. Through the double left-hander, heading towards the bus stop chicane. And Patrick Kessler gets to the top of the board only just by 0.05 of a second with a 2:10.145. Hard on the brakes for Stefan Herman. Sweeps through the chicane. Can he improve from his 3rd place spot? And it is... Oh, he's taken the pole with a 2:10 flat. Well, nicely done for Stefan Herman, who is still out there. Paul Ilbrink has just come over the line. He improved in time, but remains in 5th. Interesting. Rennie Osterkamp 6th. Ross Woodford is still out there. He's coming through Blanchimont. Let's see where he resides. Currently in 8th. Streaming on down towards the line. Most people have got their time lapse in now. Oh no, he's not anywhere near where I thought he was. Where is he? He's coming through Stavelo and Paul Frey. It was much earlier in the lap than I thought he was. And he's got 5 minutes still to get the laps in. Few people say Phil Reed is not on the board yet.
Well, Spa is notorious for being a bit punishy when it comes to accidents.
If his if his previous time lap was valid, he'd actually be pole. He did do a which oh no, that was 2 minutes point 53. That was he's found 10 seconds or somewhere. I don't think that number is correct, so I probably lost him at some point.
Yeah, I don't think he's 2 minutes ahead.
No. He's quick but not that quick, but does not improve. Does Ross Woodford, does Phil Reed get on the board? A 2:10.8.11 puts him in 8th position, demotes Ross Woodford 1 position. Who's still out there? Marvin Sluman. In the nice very Arrows-esque livery with the orange branding on that. Into the chicane. Where does he come? Currently 12th with a 2:11.139. What can he do? Stefan Herman still our poleman. Knut Martinsen still out there, along with Evan Imre, Alex Schmidt, Daniel Morris, and Alberto Gonzalez Rodriguez. And that was invalid lap from Mr. Sluman, so no joy for him. Where's Knut? He's coming through Blanchimont. Does he improve? Let's follow him through the rest. Alexis Boucher is parked up. He will start no higher than 17th. Where does Knut finish? And it is going to be... And he does not improve. So 2:11.450 his time puts him 15th. Evan, where are you? Stavilo, you'll make it home before your day is done. Where's Alex Schmidt? He is coming through Blanchimont himself. And where's our... Oh, you're up at Lake Hom, Mr. Rodriguez. You should make it down from there in the remaining time. Oh, David Butelaar is still on track as well. Oh, we have 26 drivers, I just realised. We've had another couple of late joiners.
Yeah, Daniel Morris joined in very late. I actually think he might actually have joined during the qualifying.
Wow.
I mean, he hasn't missed it, so...
Oh, true. Evan Imre crossing the line. Does he improve? 2:12.342 was his previous, and 2:12.019 puts him up in 19th. His qualifying is done. David Butelaar is... Where are you? You are... That's Puon, so you should make it home from there. Oh, wow. Daniel Morris bouncing heavily off the rev limiter there. Wow. That's going to be interesting. Streaming towards the line. 2:13.43 previously. 2:12. Oh, I think it was a 2:12.6, but has been invalidated. So you're not going to make it round in 1 3/4 minutes, unfortunately.
Well, I just saw a new man on pole. At least I may just been my time bugged out actually.
I was gonna say there hasn't been a new poleman as far as I know.
No, that was my phone screen bugging out.
Okay. It's Butelaar. Where does the Frenchman finish up? Comes over the line. 2:12.184 previously. It was invalid, so he will start no higher than 20th. Daniel Morris won't make it back down the hill, and Rodriguez came into the pits. So what we've got is going to be our qualifying order then. We'll go through the grid when the checkered flag doth fall.
I can just notice something. Muscle Fassbender does not have the time.
Marcel Fassbender indeed does not. He invalidated his 3 laps. He will be starting at no higher than 24th. Oh dear, our second place contender in the championship will be right the way down towards the tail end of the field. Whereas René Osterkamp, René's starting in 6th, which is an unusually low position for him.
Oh, Erpring starting 5th as well.
That's true, both of those are on the 3rd row.
I mean, we have people, Herman Kessler showing off to MRC compared to the likes of Osterkamp and Fassbender, who we usually see towards the top. We have Dominic Gainemeyer and Holstein, the Comrade Gaming teammates, 3rd and 4th, working out the 2nd row from themselves.
Indeed. Now the qualifying is done, let us run through the order. As mentioned, it is Stefan Hermann and Patrick Kessler for the SimRC boys on the front row, and then it is Holstein, Geidemeyer, Elbrink, Osterkamp, Larson, Reed, Woodford, Ryan, Jonsson, a new entrant to this league, Sluman, Lindstrom, Demeter, Martinson, Dove, Boucher, Bennett, Imre, Butelaar, Waldo, Schmidt, Morris, Fassbender, Rodriguez, and Gill rounding out our field. Let's get to where everybody is gridding up. So, for those that are unfamiliar with how the league works, it is a 2-race session. We are lining up then for the feature race. The qualifying session has just completed for that. So, it is going to be around about 19 laps, our Spa, for this session. And then there will be a break. When that race is done, we'll have a 1-lap qualifying session to decide the grid for the sprint race. That will be around about 11 or so, 10 or 11 laps, give or take. Quick maths probably failing me.
Yeah, probably around.
No more than that.
Like not many laps. I think we can say that.
Yes. So everyone then just gridding up, just waiting for the last of our drivers to get on the field. And then it's a standing start, and we'll get this race underway.
I think we might actually, unless he mentioned in quick, close Emmanuel Casado Gil might have formed before Green. He has disconnected, apparently.
Oh dear. We've had our first casualty then, Jose Manuel Casado Gil. Not with us in session. A bit of a shame if that is the case. And here come the lights then. Ready or not, here we come. It is time to wind them up and let them go. What a cracking start yet again by Paul Hilbrink on that third row in the Radicals Online car, already drawing alongside. That is Dominic Gaidemeyer, but up they come then through a Rouge and over Radion for the first time. Patrick Kessler is then challenging Herman. It's always the position you don't want to be in. And there we go, look at the swarm of cars as one of the Comrade gaming cars trying to force a way in between the SimRC guys, you can see. And lots of jostling for position as they come into Lecom for the first time. Let's get on the chopper cam, slightly closer to the action. So the leader is Patrick Kessler. He's slipstreamed his way past Stefan Hermann. Then Holstein and Gaidemeyer holding on to their respective spots. Whoa, look how close that is. Phil Reed getting to the tail of Paul Hilbrink. Very, very close, but that is Rene Osterkamp that is challenging Phil Reed. Rene is losing out early on. So a lot of position swapping going on. And I don't think anybody has kind of fallen off the road as far as I can see. But we do, the one we have lost is, as mentioned, Casida Gill. He is not with us, sadly. Looks like everybody else has made it so far.
Yeah, no, Clingy's done comparing because they're going up with Rouge, essentially side by side, some of these guys. And just the view down the common straight with 25 cars that close is beautiful.
Absolutely. Here they come then already. Kessler giving himself a bit of a gap, about half a second between himself and Stefan Hermann. Christoph Holstein really well positioned as they come through. Blanchimont for the first time in anger, heading towards the bus stop chicane, looking off from the back of the gearbox of Stefan Hermann. Is Holstein going to size up a move? Coming into the bus stop, no, he thinks better of that, but look at Gaidemeyer, he's got Paul Hilbrink for company, side by side as they come into the bus stop chicane. Can the Radicals Online number 10 force his way alongside? He can. But can he hold it when they come into the source? That's going to be the big question. Here comes Phil Reed to join that particular party as well. Someone's shot into the pits. Actually, 2 cars are coming into the pits. That's Fassbender. Oh my goodness. 4 people have come into the pits. So not everybody came away as unscathed as we'd like, as Paul Hilbrink does indeed get ahead of Gaidemeyer. Phil Reed looking to do the same as they come down the hill and then through Eau Rouge, coming back up for Radion and then onto the Camel Straight. Very, very close. On the nose of Phil Reed. Phil Reed's boxed in. He can't get through. But he had the momentum to come past both Gaidemeyer and Hilbrink, but didn't have anywhere to use the momentum. There goes Gaidemeyer. And here comes Reed on the inside of Hilbrink. Whoa, that was so close between Reed and Gaidemeyer. So Gaidemeyer lost 2 and then regained those 2 positions. And then right behind them, Larson and Woodford was side by side with Kimi Larson coming out on top there. But yeah, 4 people have come into the pits. Osterkamp was one of them. Oh, goodness me. Schmidt, Morris and Fassbender all in the pits.
I know, it seems like there's a scheduled early stop. And just to highlight how long the endurance pit is for Spa, it took Fassbender, Osterkamp, and like 50 seconds from pit entry to pit box.
Wow. Yeah, it's over a minute to get through the pits, and that's with a 7-second stop. You know, blindingly quick stop, but it takes over a minute to get through it. This just goes to show you how, you know, the timings that are involved here. But look at our top 3. Herman leads Kessler, and then Holstein in hot pursuit, and then you've got 1.7-second gap between Holstein and Gaydemer. The Conrad Gaming pair split by quite a way because Gaydemer fending off Phil Reed and Paul Elbrink. Then you've got another 1.5 seconds back to Ross Woodford, who's got Kimi Larsen and Erka Lindström for company. So there's a 3-way battle going on there. Alex Johnson, again, apologies if I'm getting that name incorrect, but welcome to you for NHR Esports 2. He's got Connor Ryan and Bruno Demeter. There you've got Sarah Dove side by side with Marvin Sluman. Wow, that's very close. The orange livery car just sweeping around the AOR purple car of Sarah Dove. And then, Evan Imre has got a big train behind him. That's Evan right the way down to pretty much Gonzalez Rodriguez. And then those behind are all that have pitted. Butilar has brought his car in. Doesn't fancy being stuck in the crowd any longer than he needs to be. Here comes Holstein. He's in the slipstream of Patrick Kessler. At the same time that Reed, Ilbrink, and 3 wide. That's Ilbrink, Gaydemer, and Phil Reed. Oh, someone's going to have to blink, and it's actually... Oh, I thought Ilbrink was going to back out of it. Indeed, he had to, but Phil Reed now up to 4th with that impressive series of manoeuvres going on. I mean, again, every single battle that's going on has got this same kind of routine going on, slipstreaming all the way down that straight. Let's get the overlay on properly now. We're into the next lap. Wow, amazing. And no one, as far as we know, has had any major incidents.
Not really. It's been a really clean start. People have just gone in for early stops mostly. Girl like Osterkamp, Fassbender likes. And then the whole, like, it's just a slipstream fest down the camel, which is what you would expect with it.
Ilbrink and Gaydemer side by side coming into the campus chicane. It's not often you see a pass through there, but both of them making it through. Ilbrink had a bit of a wobble, but has managed to complete the manoeuvre. Whilst they're doing that, there's Ross Woodford. He's getting interested in that particular battle. And amazingly, unless my numbers are wrong, no one has got any incident points on the board.
I think that might be about without timing streets.
Surely that can't be right, because Spa is notorious for incidents.
I have a problem with I can't see the incident points. I think it's a problem with our timing streets.
I would think so. That surely can't be right, because as amazing as these guys are, that Spa is notorious for that kind of thing going on. Oh, there goes Connor Ryan into the pits. But look at that now. Stefan Herman, having regained the lead, is now really stretching his legs. 1.2 seconds separates himself and Patrick Kessler. Look how early Kessler committed to that inside line. He was not confident that Holstein wasn't going to try something on the exit of La Source. Here they go again. Eau Rouge over Radion. And before even Holstein's used any slipstream, he had the momentum over Radion to pull alongside Patrick Kessler, which is now what he's done. Oh, but interestingly, Kessler. Wow!
Around the outside.
That was
just blocks off, really.
I wonder whether Kessler let him go, because Kessler seemed very cautious on the brakes there. He may have decided to not fight that one. He may have thought that move was done. It looked like Kessler had a decent shot of defending that, because he was nose ahead just of Holstein before they came into that, but interesting. But looking back at Phil Reed, he's got Paul Ilbrink and Dominic Gaydemer and Ross Woodford for company. So Ross is on the back of that particular train. Not too far behind, you've got Kimi Larsen and Erka Lindström in their battle. Then Bruno Demeter and Alex Jonsson have swapped round. So Bruno now into 10th position. And then you've got Marvin Sluman with a train behind him of Alex Bennett, Evan Imre, Alexander Waldo, Knut Martinson, Alexis Boucher and Alberto Rodriguez Gonzalez. Oh, Sarah Dove's had a problem at some point. She's fallen 9 seconds off the back of the field. Off the back of those she was fighting with. We did see her side by side not too long ago coming into the bus stop chicane, so that's undone itself, unfortunately, for Sarah Dove, but on she pounds nonetheless. But look at Holstein, he's already broken half a second away. Go on.
Sarah Dove lost the rear on the exit of Speaker's Corner, which is the left-hander after Brussels.
The one I didn't know the name of.
Yeah,
one of the ones.
I've only found out about this first before it's apparently called Speaker's Corner.
Ah, okay. That wasn't the name I thought it was given, but there we go.
No? Just according to Spar's official site, because the only place this curve can be glimpsed is from the former Speaker's booth.
Oh, Demeter's had a problem. Bruno Demeter has spun coming into La Source. What's happened there? Oh, he caught the apex a little too hard and it unsettled the car. Round he went. Nice 360, and on he went again. Oh, Holstein and Kessler have swapped again. Kessler on the Camel Straight has regained that particular spot. Kimi Larsen has just lost that spot to Erka Lindström.
Getting my back past Elbring.
Getting my back, yes.
I feel like we're gonna have to say someone and a person is ahead again.
Again, yeah. There's gonna be a lot of that. Absolutely, but this is this is a fast circuit for for bigger engine cars, but particular Formula One. So these things are pretty much at full crank for vast majority of the laps. So the slipstreaming is going to be of vital importance to getting any kind of progress going on. Sarah Dove has brought her.
I'll see that in the way people set up moves. They're very hesitant and don't actually go for anything until the source. But instead try and set up through the source, through Rouge, through Radion, to try and get the slipstream and get past on the Camel.
Yep, absolutely. Ilbrink still very much with Gaydem. Ross Woodford's fallen a little bit off the back of that. Oh, and my cat's decided to join me. Hello, Munchie. There's Holstein. Now, is he going to set up for a move into the bus stop chicane? Probably not, because that would then leave him vulnerable for that ever-present Camel Straight. So he's likely just to stay the course at the moment.
Trying to look at how Porsche positions himself, also into the source and into the Rouge. Trying to look at how he just follows Kessler. Doesn't go for anything, just stays with him. Just so he knows his spot to overtake is the Camel Straight at the end of that and get past. Because if you get past at the end of the Camel, you have a series of corners where you may be able to pull away and create a gap, and then you're secure from the Camel Straight next time.
Yep, and here we go. So took his time. Holstein took his time a little bit more coming through Eau Rouge and over Radion. And has drawn alongside Patrick Kessler, and there we go, move done. Would he slow it down? Yes, he can. So Kessler again knew that one was done, and threw a backup into second. Goes Christoph Holstein. All the time, that's allowing Herman to slowly but surely increase that lead. It's now around about 2 seconds. Oh, that's Evan Imre and Alexander Waldo swapping position in exactly the same manner. Ilbrink still with Gaydemir, so those two didn't swap round at the end of the Camel Straight. A couple that did, Kimi Larsen and Erka Lindström, they did. As Kimi now back up into 8th position, the Swede. Being chased by the Sinsports News car number 98. Who else is close? Evan Imre and Alexander Waldo, as previously mentioned. Bruno Demeter and Gonzalez Rodriguez having their battle for 16th position.
Different Nordic battle with Lindström and Larsen, all for P8.
Indeed. So now everybody's settling into their rhythms. 5 laps gone. And as you can see, it's a timed race, not a lap count. So 27 and a bit minutes still to do. Ow, my cat's climbing my leg. Anyone that has a cat knows how painful that is. So my cat wanted to join me on my commentary.
Probably feeling inspired.
Now, this is going to be interesting because Kessler is not as close to Holstein as Holstein was to Kessler last time around. So, is Patrick Kessler going to be able to stay in that all-important slipstream? That is quite a gap that he finds himself staring at.
That's 7 tenths. That's a lot, really.
Eminem is in. I don't think he's going to have slipstream from that range.
It's definitely, if you're going to have something, it's not going to be very good slipstream. It's not going to be very effective.
And to put it into context of how effective it is, Holstein was a full second quicker than Kessler and near as damn it a second quicker than Herman last time around. And there you go, Kessler barely gained 2 tenths along that Camel Straight. Would have gained gained a bit of slipstream, but not enough, nowhere near enough. So
no, and this is what I mentioned before. Holstein made his move for second. Now Holstein has the gap. He got past, then went full out, used the tires, used the fuel, used everything he could to create this little gap to Kessler that meant he was out of effective slipstream. Now Kessler is just falling back and doesn't really have an opportunity to get close to Holstein again, because it means he has to push the car and the tires and use more fuel to get closer, which may put his strategy out of place.
Absolutely, and that's the view back from Stefan Herman, who last time did a 2:11.234, as mentioned, just near a damn it, a second slower than Holstein. So that is going to be interesting, and that gap is dropping. It's dropping pretty quick as well. So they were 2 seconds apart near enough a lap ago. It's now 1.3, and Herman's got no one ahead of him. As that view will testify, there's no one there. He cannot get any slipstream resistance from anybody. Holstein has got that slingshot past Patrick Kessler, and Kessler has hung on in there, so he's been able to match him through the rest of the lap. So again, there's probably some aerodynamic configuration differences going on there. Let's see what the lap times were. So 2:10.8 for Herman, 2:11.0 for Holstein and Kessler. So Patrick wasn't able...
4,000 difference
4,000
in lap time between Holstein and Kessler.
Wow, just looking at the lap times. The people in the 2:11.0s, Holstein, Kessler, Reed and Gaidemeyer. That second to fifth, all within the same tenth of a second.
Yeah, and Gaidemeyer is actually closing quite rapidly, and Phil Reed up through Rouge and up through Radion.
And there they are, having their battle. There's Ilbrink, Woodford, Larson, all in that particular shot. Is Gaidemeyer going to have a lurk on the inside coming into Lake Calm? He thought about it, but opted not to. And this time, the momentum back with Kessler, as Kessler is now within half a second of Holstein, so he will be definitely getting some slipstream effect now. So whilst Holstein had a bit of a breather along the Camel Straight last time, he won't have the same if Kessler is able to hang on to the gap where it is. Knut Martinson's brought his car into the pits as well, so that is 15th downwards that have been through the pit lane. It's a mandatory stop for the feature race. There is no mandatory stop for the sprint race. Oh, Phil Reed's in trouble. Phil Reed's in trouble. What has happened to car 44? Oh, big wiggle coming into Pouon. Oh, and he's hit the wall.
Oh,
that was very weird. Let's see that again. Oh, he got on the rumble strip on the outside as he came into the corner, and that just completely unsettled him. That is going to be the end of Phil's day, unless he's been very, very lucky in the impact he had. I mean, it was fairly square on to the, the suspension will take an impact like that. He may be very lucky. As you can see, he's pressing on. He's now down to 10th behind Alex Jonsson. So we'll see if that has ruined his day, or whether he's been very lucky with the damage that he's picked up from that incident.
Yeah. Looks to be minor about steering imbalance. Like it's pulling a bit, I think, to the right. Yeah, it's pulling a bit to the right, his car, so... At least judging from the cockpit cam, I can see. And
you can see that front wing not the correct shape. On the right hand side, in he comes along with Paul Ilbrink. He's in as well. So I think it's fair to say Phil's probably going to be in the pits longer than most others.
Now this starts to get interesting because we have Osterkamp now, who pitted on lap 1 And we have Ulbrich in now. Let's see what Ulbrich comes out compared to Osterkamp.
That's a good point. There is René Osterkamp with Marcel Fassbender in hot pursuit as well. So
we're going to the bus stop now, and Ulbrich is nearing his pit box.
Well.
This will tell about where Osterkamp is in that order. Towards the end.
Yeah, absolutely. There is Osterkamp. Where is Paul? Paul has got to his pit box.
Osterkamp's around the source already.
Wow. So with Osterkamp, there goes Paul.
I think Paul's out right ahead of Osterkamp.
He is. As we look back from the Radicals Online number 10. Oh, there is Osterkamp. Oh, he's got him. Well. The clear air for René Osterkamp has really paid off. There's Fassbender as well. So with Marcel,
the clear and the momentum out of Friday on, because Osterkamp go through with a higher speed due to the nature of the pit exit as well. That's been brilliantly played by the Sim RC pair, with Marcel starting all the way down the bottom of the field. René pitted with him on the opening lap, and they've just been able to slipstream one another. Under the radar, so to speak, as we've not been looking at them. And look at the gap. Oh, that's 1.3 that René has got over Paul Ulbrich. Marcel, roughly the same back again. So Gessler's dropped back as well.
He has. That's a seconds gap between himself and Holstein. Holstein still maintaining about 1.3 to Stefan Hermann. There go those three through La Source. So none of them really going to have any kind of effective slipstream off one another at the moment.
I feel like we could have Osterkamp in that P4 by the end of this race.
Well, it really depends, because it's no. Yeah. Osterkamp is the effective leader. He's less than a minute behind the leader, and it's over a minute's lead.
I think Ulbrich is less than a minute away from Hermann as well, but Ulbrich was. A solid 3-4 second, like quite a bit behind Hermann as well. I think it's because you have kind of a lot of La Source on the with the endurance pits.
True. Yes, that's true.
Which does create this bit of offset.
That's going to be very interesting. And again, Holstein, I think, has made a mistake somewhere, because he's now got Kessler back around about half a second behind him. He's lost half a second-ish. Oh, no, not quite. The numbers now updating themselves about 2/10. I think he has made a mistake somewhere, because he's fallen a little bit off the back of Hermann into the clutches of Kessler slightly. Not enough, though, to cause an immediate concern, but he'll know that he's there. Oh, Ulbrich is getting close to Osterkamp. He's certainly closer to Osterkamp than he is to Fassbender. So I think it's going to be a real scrap between those three. But that is for the potential race lead. So it's really going to be fantastic when all the pit stops are played out. I think we're going to have a hell of a scrap for the top honours.
Yeah, no, definitely. Hermann is also starting to put, like, the front is also starting to put on the pace now. Just to try and cover off. Really?
Is he coming in? Nope. Still no sign of him coming in, or Holstein, or Kessler. So again, the top three continuing on. There's Gatorman. No.
Four continuing on.
Woodford? Nope.
Continuing on.
Larson? Nope. He's going on as well. Lindström? No. Janssen? Nope. A lot of people still.
Just to make his name justice, is Jönsson.
Jönsson. Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, there goes Waldo. Alexander Waldo's brought his car in.
Banner continues.
Where is... Oh, Gonzalez Rodriguez is still out there. I wasn't getting any data for him for a bit. So, where is Osterkamp? Oh, wow! Ulbricht's very close to René Osterkamp now. He's absolutely dropped Marcel Fassbender and is absolutely pressing on. Is he going to make a move into the bus stop chicane? He's close enough, but no, again, playing the wiser strategy. He's wanting to attack down that all-crucial Camel Straight. And he's got the luxury of 1.4 seconds back to Fassbender, so he's on full-on attack. He's not defending against anybody.
Just noticed we lost our first guy. Actually, closing Monaco's other gills, reconnected.
Oh,
he's 10 laps down, but he's in the race.
Oh yeah, he did. Very, very true. That's the view from Paul Ilbrink over Radion. Now he's going to try the move on René Osterkamp. Osterkamp staying. He was staying over to the right hand side. Actually, no, he's not. So he's either just biding his time, I wonder, or
waiting for someone to strike.
Go away,
like a snake in the grass.
It could well be. Could well be.
It's a very rich snake, but it's a snake.
It's a risky strategy, but then he's not defending against Fassbender, so but it could equally be that that is so close. Ilbrink is wanting to force a mistake on Osterkamp, but it could be that Ilbrink Kessler in.
Yeah.
Yes, so he
is.
in
as well.
And Dominic Gaidemer. Indeed.
What's in news?
So that's going to be interesting to see where they filter out with this battle of Osterkamp and Ilbrink.
Lindstrom goes in as well.
Making Lindstrom in. On the nose of Paul Ilbrink, keeping René Osterkamp true and honest.
This is probably getting because where is Osterkamp in relation to Gaidemeyer?
Very good question. We don't know is the honest answer because we didn't really see.
That's what we're about to find out.
Absolutely. This is going to be where, does the early pit stop strategy pay off? It certainly has helped bring Marcel Fassbender back in contention. So this is going to be interesting to see. Around the bus stop chicane they come. And whilst Paul Ilbrink is biding his time, that gap between himself and Fassbender is getting smaller. No, it's keeping itself about there. Where's Kessler? Oh, Dominic Gaidemer is actually... Gaidemer came out ahead of Kessler. Kessler had a 5-second longer stop.
No, Kessler stopped in the F1 boxes.
Oh dear. Oh, here they come. Here comes Osterkamp and Ilbrink. Oh, this is going to be interesting. They've swept past Kessler. Are they going to nail Gaidemer as well? Yes, they are. Oh, is Ilbrink going to have to force to make his move? No, Ilbrink slots right back in behind René Osterkamp, but Fassbender's now got several cars in between him and René Osterkamp. That is not what he would have wanted at all.
Not at all, no. But this also Osterkamp is that P3 really. He is down to get a podium. I think that's all down to Kessler making a huge mistake in the pits.
Yeah, absolutely.
But stop it because the natural order, from what I can say, is they start with the last endurance box and goes all the way back to the F1 boxes. So, but what Kessler did was stop in the last F1 box because that's probably way before his pit stop was.
Holstein is in. Now he's going to be a real, very close yardstick because he was only a couple of seconds off the back of Herman or so before he came in. And now he's got this army coming towards him. Alex Bennett has brought his car in as well from 7th position. Osterkamp, Ilbrink, Gaidemer, Kessler and Fassbender all in very, very short order, sweeping through Blanchimont. Heading towards the bus stop chicane once again. Herman still hasn't come in. He's got himself 12.5 seconds gap between himself and Ross Woodford. Look how close Kessler and Fassbender are as well. Whoa, that's a very wide René Osterkamp as Ilbrink is pulling alongside. They really don't want to be fighting just yet. And as we know,
Holstein's out.
He is.
They're coming past the start line.
So Holstein is going to be comfortably ahead of that particular warring pack. Here they come. Is Ilbrink going to have to make his move now because he's also got Gaidemer ready to go, pulling along?
Gaidemer wants to make his move first.
Yeah, Gaidemer doesn't want to hang around. There goes Ilbrink.
They're going 3 wide.
They're going to go 3 wide. Is Gaidemer? Yeah, Gaidemer's going to have to back out of that. Oh, Ilbrink! Whoa, he did it! Wow! Whoa! René Osterkamp had a bit of a wobble. Gaydemer had to get out of it, but that's of course brought Fassbender and Kessler in. Whoa! And that is Patrick Kessler on the inside of Dominic Gaydemer coming into Bruxelles. Oh my goodness, that was wow! That was blink of an eye. That all happened. But the thing is, whilst all that's gone on, again a bit of a wobble from Osterkamp rather. Here comes Kessler on the inside. Oh no!
God.
That was the merest of touch between Osterkamp and Patrick Kessler, and round went Osterkamp. He's now going to have to push like a complete maniac to catch up, but that's already well over 5 seconds. Stefan Herman has brought his car in as well, so it's going to be interesting to see where he reappears with the whole likes of Holstein. Holstein is 4.6 seconds ahead of Ilbrink, and Ilbrink was about a second ahead already of René Osterkamp before that tap, so there's now 2.5 seconds gap that Ilbrink has.
Yeah, that's just really annoying for Osterkamp to have a collision with his similar seat teammate.
Yeah.
But let's see. Dominic Gaydemer now is looking to get that P4, which is now will be from Kessler, but he still has a Fassbender to contend with, and Fassbender is not slow.
He certainly isn't. Staying very much in the slipstream. Oh, he's actually jumped out the slipstream of Gaydemer. But Gaydemer following the tyre tracks of Kessler, very nearly smacked into the nose of Fassbender. Fassbender couldn't slow his car down enough. Whoa, and that's a very wide Dominic Gaydemer. He certainly would have picked up a point for that. And that in the pit lane exit is Alberto Gonzalez Rodriguez coming out of the pits side by side, coming into Eau Rouge. Fassbender does manage to get ahead of Gaydemer, but the Comrade Gaming 37 surely is going to pick up the slipstream here as they come onto the Kemmel Straight. Holstein is 6/10 behind Stefan Herman, so Holstein's gained a fair old chunk of time there, and Ilbrink's now 5.2 behind, and Fassbender and Gaydemer have swapped positions. Just have a quick look at that. I'm assuming this is a fairly standard move. Oh no, Fassbender! Oh, he missed the braking point. You saw he nearly slammed into the back of Kessler there. That was close.
It's turning into some kind of like internal war between the SMRC guys.
It is.
Oh, come on, your teammate is not rivals. I know to say your teammate should be a rival, but don't take that literally.
Yeah, you can't take them out. Oh, but look at Herman and Holstein.
Holstein is the nose to gearbox, essentially.
Absolutely.
Between these two right now. And Holstein, it seems to execute his strategy perfect as a stance. He's right behind Herman, and both opponents won't feel the tires going off at any point soon.
Woodford, Larson, and Jonsson all in. So the top three have come in. That's going to hand the lead back over to these two. Oh, and there's Holstein on the outside of Blanchimont. Can't get it done. I'm not surprised. There's just a long way round to have to go, but I think he was probably forced into that move to prevent slamming into the back of Herman. So now into the bus stop chicane they come. Gaydemer is still pretty close to Patrick Kessler, so we can try and keep an eye on that particular duo as well. So this is the effective race lead, or will be the race lead when these two come past the pit exit. Through La Source, once again, we have 8.5 minutes, around about 4 laps, 4 or 5 laps or so. Down the hill they come once again. Eau Rouge awaits them, now up into the lead. Once again for Stefan Herman. Holstein in hot pursuit. And the pass is going to be done long before he gets towards Lecom. There he goes, jumps out of the slipstream. He's going to have to go the long way round. Herman's been defending this lead all race long. And sweeps around the outside goes Christoph Holstein. What does Gaydemer do? Both the Comrade Gaming cars looking to gain a position. No, Dominic Gaydemer can't get that one done on Patrick Kessler. So they remain where they are. Paul Ilbrink is in the middle of those two duels as well. He's not managed to really close in at all on the pair ahead of him. So he's rather minding his own business, but he should have a decent opportunity to try and close in on the top two as he's not defending from anybody.
No, but Paul Ilbrink is currently in just no man's land. Himself between Herman, Holstein, and then Kessler Gaydemer.
That was a potential three-way battle going on there. There's Osterkamp on that recovery drive. He's gotten past Woodford and Larson as they've come out of the pits. He's got 5 seconds to close down to Marcel Fassbender. Interesting that Marcel, the 2:12 last time around. Whoa, he's wandered off the road there. So Marcel is struggling, it seems. And that's the Gadamer-Kessler duo that he was previously in. So I think Marcel seems to be struggling. You don't often see Marcel struggle, but it seems to be the way we've seen with Fassbender. He's either absolutely, right up there, or he's nowhere. He doesn't seem to be anywhere in between. Yeah. He's either been on the podium or DNF or somewhere near the back.
There's just too much inconsistency, really, and it's hurting him. But in general, Japan races, he definitely has to be just too consistent with his driving, it seems.
Here we go again, keeping an eye on our leading pair. Holstein leads by 8/10 from Herman, and that may well be enough, or should be enough, to keep Herman at bay. As they come over ready on once again onto the Camel Straight. 7/10 as they come around the right-hander. Far over to the right-hand side goes Holstein. Interestingly, Herman does not follow the tyre tracks. So, again, he has closed in a few tenths, but not enough to make an attacking move. Maybe Herman didn't feel like sucking in the hot air from Holstein's car. And Gadamer, broadly similar story, nearly a second behind Kessler, so he runs the risk of falling back into the clutches of Fassbender. But again, Fassbender was 8/10 slower than Gadamer last time.
We have Bruno Domita backwards into the concrete. Well, that's going backwards into the concrete wall.
Oh my. What on earth happened there? Oh no! that was Bruno Domita and I think Daniel Morris.
Yeah, Daniel Morris and Bones are just end up stuck in the pit wall.
Oh dear.
That's race over.
I'd say so, yes. Oh dear, maybe a few words said about that one.
Today.
So, Holstein nearly leads by a full second now does lead Herman by about a second. So he may well be choosing now to get his foot down to try and break that slipstream. Gadamer is half a second behind Kessler, so those two are going to be warring when they get back up to the Camel Straight again.
Let's see if Gadamer tries, and if so, how he tries to set up. We'll mostly try to set up Kessler in some way, just how great does it go into corners, and which ones does it take turn to passively, and which one does it try and take a bit more aggressively.
Indeed. Also keeping an eye on Holstein and Herman, the two H's at the front. Herman looks much closer than the timings would suggest. Yep, he's had a pretty good run out of La Source. That's around about half a second between the two now. 3 to go here at Spa Francorchamps for the feature race. Oh, this is going to be... Herman's in a prime attacking position. Holstein goes over to the right-hand side. Going to force Stefan Herman to go the long way around, but the raw pace he had when he got there was just way too high, and Holstein knew it. Slots in behind, and that is Stefan Herman back up into the lead. And checking back in with Gadamer, he can't repeat the same move. So Gadamer may well just be biding his time as Fassbender is another couple of seconds further down the road. So not anyone immediately attacking him. But Holstein has got it all to do again. So this is going to be down to timing who makes that move on the very last lap, I think, unless one of them flies off into the dust. But
either that or who has sold her room in his cockpit, he tries to close for it into the bus stop.
There is also that. And look at Holstein staying very much in the tyre tracks of Stefan Herman. That's coming into the camper chicane, so he doesn't need to make a move there, and there's not much of a braking zone there either. So you've got to bear in mind, he could just be keeping the pressure on, trying to distract Herman, which is no mean feat, I think it's fair to say. Paul Ulbrink hasn't really closed in on this battle either, despite the fact that these two are warring as much as they are. They're really not losing that much pace.
No, impressive to keep up the pace and keep Ulbrink at bay. Ulbrink is just continuing to grow against a bigger and bigger no man's land.
Indeed. Oh, I thought Holstein was going to dive on the inside of the bus stop then, but opted not to do so. And it's going to be... Depends where the lap count... Oh, the lap's there. The checkered flag, I think, is going to fall just before they get there. So this...
I believe what the endurance pit, the start line is...
Starts down there, but the finish
on the back side of the pits.
Yeah.
However, the finish line is the normal F1 finish line.
I think the checkered flag is going to fall before they get there, but that's going to be interesting. So Holstein has got to attack now. This is why he's positioned himself so. Here he comes. Slipstream. Out he jumps. He doesn't have as much more pace going past Herman as Herman did past Holstein last time around. Herman's going to defend that inside line, and that's round the outside, very close between the two. But Holstein does manage to make that move stick, and Gadamer has managed to get the move on Kessler. So both of the Comrade Gaming cars have made their respective passes, but Holstein's now got to keep Herman at bay for the entirety of the lap. Now, we have seen Holstein, when he has gotten past, he's managed to open up that gap. So we'll see if the multiple GTE champion is able to fend off the SimRC veteran of Stefan Herman.
Well, yeah, Holstein has showed that, but Herman is also pushing 100%. They both know they are on the last lap. They won't make it to the finish line again, because I new one. They will build checkered flag next time around. So it's all about for Herman to keep up and try and make a move. Most likely will have to be into the bus stop, if anywhere.
It's going to be now or never then, as they've screaming on down to Blanchimont for the last time in this feature race. They're only just going to beat the flag, mind you. It's going to be about 1 or 2 seconds in it. Here they come towards the bus stop. I think Herman's going to be too far back unless it is the biggest banzai you've ever seen. Oh, he went for the outside move.
Tried.
Holstein was having none of it. Checkered flag is out.
Oh, Kessler.
Your winner here at Spa is going to be Christoph Holstein. Oh, Kessler, you were very close. Herman 2, Paul Elbig 3. Elbig yet again on the podium. He's only been off the podium in 3 of our so far 15 races we've had, including, of course, sprint and features. Gadamer managed to fend off Kessler for 4th position. Fassbender come home 6th. Rene Osterkamp, what might have been, in 7th. Ross Woodford fended off Kimi Larson for 8th. And Erka Lindström rounded out our top 10. Oh, Phil Reed with that big shunt he had, finished in 13th in the end.
Actually, he was probably kind of running for 12th, but locked up into the bus stop.
Ah, I see. So now he's probably off to kill his car.
As is Team AOR tradition.
As is AOR tradition, indeed. I think Sarah Dove is going to be our last one over the line.
No, I think...
Oh, Casada Gill.
Casada Gill is still driving.
Well, there's the epitome of determination. He disconnected in between qualifying and the race and is still pressing on as he's coming through campus.
Determination just written all over that man.
Yep, absolutely. Why the devil not? Whilst he's completing his final lap, we will summarise the race results. So Holstein takes the win. He timed his attack perfectly to overtake Herman at the appropriate time. Herman with the fastest lap of the race in the end by not even a 10th of a second over Christoph Holstein. So the results are Holstein, Herman, Ilbring, Gadamer, Kessler, Fassbender, Osterkamp, Woodford, Larson, Lindström, Jonsson, Ryan, Reed, Sluman, Butler, Waldo, Bennett, Imre, Martinson, Boucher, Rodriguez, Dove, and Gill, as he's now across the line, although he's technically laps behind those that didn't see the flag, which were Demeter, Morris, and Schmidt.
Yeah, actually, a bit of info here. I think, at least from what Rush Woodford is hinting at in the server chat, is that René might actually run very, very low wings.
Well, that would explain it.
As Woodford used to, it's like trying to catch a road runner in a straight line.
Yeah, that would absolutely be it. Right, that is it for our feature race. We will now get set up for the sprint race that will follow this. Do come back to us after a few minutes. It does take a little while to get the second session set up, so do come back with us, so we'll be back with you as soon as we can. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to this Apex Online Racing iRacing Formula 3 League Season number 2, Round 8 here at Spa. We are just getting our qualifying session underway for the sprint race. Feature races have been and gone, so our drivers now are coming out of the pits for a one-lap effort to get towards the pole of the sprint race. So we usually have quite a lot of thrills and spills in the sprint race, don't we, Simon?
Yeah, we had our fair share over the season. We had Knut Kelly off the field in Japan and Suzuka.
Suzuka does seem to be one of those tracks that generates a lot of interesting moments.
It does.
We had a fair amount of decent goings on in the feature race, in fairness. So there is René Osterkamp, who's looking for a bit more fortune, I would imagine, in the sprint race. All 26 drivers, I believe, have returned. We usually lose one or two, but everybody has come.
Looks like we have all for once. Again, like we actually retained all 26.
Oh, there is our sprint race winner, Mr. Holstein. So working his way through the field, heading down towards campus. So we'll follow him through the hot lap when he gets to start it.
Yeah, while we wait for that, I noticed one thing in the feature was that the lap one, I talked with a few, or off-air with a few and with Knut, the lap one pit has actually struggled quite a bit with the tire towards the end. We saw that with Osterkamp, who wiggled a lot right before he had his spin as well.
I see. That is interesting to know.
Also, Knut says the reason why he's so far back is because he didn't do any practice at all.
Well, that'll do it. Here comes Holstein then to cross the line to start his time lap. Now the timing line is back there. He's long since passed it. Even though the start is around here, around La Source. Here we come. Hard on the gas then, down the hill, heading towards Eau Rouge. Straight lining it as best he can, staying over to the right hand side to sweep through Eau Rouge, the first part of, then up the hill, pretty much flat out in these cars, and then over Radion, and then through onto the favourite overtaking spot of the Kemmel Straight, as he just gently wanders over to the left hand side to put as little steering angle in as possible to scrub up as little amount of speed as he can through Les Carmes. And then on the exit, oh, nicely done, using every available inch of track down the hill into Bruxelles, down through the gears, nice and patient, staying very close to the apex. Let's go on over to the left, but not too far. Sweeps over to the right and then sweeps through the recently renamed corner down the hill towards Puam. We saw a few incidents happen here. This is where Phil Reed slammed into the wall, and a few other spins also took place. Also, something else to bear in mind, that it was a 2:10 flat that was our pole time for the feature race. Both Osterkamp and Fassbender. Oh, and Holstein spun. Holstein has spun at the campus chicane. Oh my, and he's binned it. He's decided to jump to the pits. His day is done. Oh my.
Well, that's a quick. And again, we've seen it so many times, right? It's just like that, from hero to zero.
So true. Pushing as hard as he possibly can. What I was coming on to say was that both Fassbender and Osterkamp both did 2:09.7s. They were 0.02 of a second apart, and both in the sub 2:10 range. So they may well have, whatever issues they've had, may well have been ironed out in between the two sessions. Osterkamp with a 2:09.8. on the board. And here come the times then. Who is going to be where? We were watching Gatormare over the line. He's fourth with 2:10.1. So
we'll bring 9,000 of a second behind Herman.
And that's put him fourth. Wow.
I'm afraid to say, but I think we'll have a minus C of yellow in front for again.
I think we may well do. Who hasn't come across the line? Butler, where are you? Coming up to Blanchimont, I think. Phil Reed, yep, you've come across the line, wriggling around. I was just looking at Butler, Martinson, Knut's coming over the line, and didn't make it before the timer had expired. Well, it's not a long. They only have 5 minutes from the start of the session. So there it is, Osterkamp and Fassbender leading the way. SimRC 1, 2, and 3. So it is Osterkamp, Fassbender, Herman, Ilbring, Gatormare, Ryan, Larson, Woodford, Reed, Demeter, Kessler. The blank is our newcomer, Alex Jonsson. Lindstrom, Boucher, Imre, Dove, Waldo, Sluman, Gill, Smith, Bennett, Holstein, all the way down there in 22nd, Morris and Martinson, Butler and Rodriguez. Oh, well, that's going to liven up things with our feature race winner right the way down there in 22nd, but stranger things have happened.
Yeah, definitely. And we remember the first turn is a Rouge, which can be triggered in itself, especially when you go 1, 2, like when you go too wide. If someone decides to dare it 3 wide, although that is from a health perspective, not recommended.
No, there would be a lot of death if people are going to try 3 wide on the opening lap. Coming into on any lap, frankly, you're going to try 3 wide.
Can you please don't do that?
Yes. Oh goodness me, that would.
You've done it before. You don't need to do it again.
Okay, so we're waiting for everybody to grid up. Then 25 seconds, like it or not, the race will be getting underway. Still a few gaps, still a few people to get their cars on the track. Need to get towards the front.
Wilson's missing from the grid. There he is.
Say,
just Phil Reed missing.
Six. And there he is. Okay, here come the lights then to get this sprint race underway. Wind them up and let them go, and away we go then for the sprint race. It wasn't a particularly good start for Fassbender, who's gone straight away on the defensive to try and keep Ilbring behind him, and that right alongside. Ilbring is now up into 3rd position. There you've got Gatormare trying to struggle for space as well. That's Herman. He's actually lost 2 positions as Gatormare's gotten up ahead of him. There is Connor Ryan. He's had a stunning qualifying. He's didn't have such a strong start in the feature race. Paul Ilbring almost getting alongside Fassbender, but not quite there. Herman is down into 6th as Connor Ryan has gone past him as well. A terrible start for Stefan Herman. He's lost the position to Kimi Larson and Phil Reed as well. No, Phil Reed couldn't complete the move. So goodness me, a lot of jostling for position. Holstein already up into 17th position, side by side with Saradov, up into 16th. What a cracking start. That's 6 positions in half a lap for Christoph Holstein. But Osterkamp.
Absolutely flying start from Holstein.
Yeah, absolutely. Osterkamp then got Marcel Fassbender as a bit of a rear gunner at the moment. But again, it looks like everybody has managed to survive the opening lap. As I've just said that is Alexis Boucher round. No sooner did I actually utter the words. And he just got on the inside coming through Pouan. And into the wall he went. So that is the end of Alexis Boucher's race already. Oh dear.
As been mentioned, if you have to go, if you did so, or go into the pits, you are essentially out.
Yeah, on the sprint race indeed. Phil Reed's just lost a position to Stefan Herman. But he's still on a net gain. That's Ross Woodford looking to put pressure on him. Wow, that was a huge dive there from Bruno Demeter as he's flown through into 7th. Wow, big snap of oversteer there. Woodford has had a terrible exit from the bus stop chicane. Wow, it is all kicking off here. Look at the amount of jostling going on, coming into La Source once again. It's keeping an eye on our front runners. Oh, Stefan Hermann has had a bad run through La Source. That's side by side with Patrick Kessler. Where is Holstein? Holstein's up to 14th now at the back of that particular pack. Now coming up the hill and over Radion once again. Yeah, Gator. Yeah, Gator.
Passed. So much more speed than Ilbrink.
Ilbrink had to think about a counter-attack there behind them. Connor Ryan and Kimi Larson for 5th. That's Kessler and Hermann side by side. Oh my goodness, Kessler's not letting that go. Stefan Hermann on the inside car number 28 and Kessler through. But Stefan Hermann was not willing to let that go. There is Evan Imre. Whoa, nearly getting alongside Alex Johnson. So he's having a decent race. There's Holstein now up to 13th position. He's gained 9 positions in a lap. He's only got 12 or 13 laps or so to get as far up the field as he can, but he's absolutely flying at the moment.
And definitely, Holstein has a lot to catch up after his mistake in qualifying. He's gonna push like a madman.
He's got essentially nothing to lose. Essentially got nothing to lose at this stage. There is Ilbrink still on the tail of Gadamer. Which is something worth noting. All season long, Ilbrink has not finished lower than 4th in any sprint or feature race all season. He's looking set to continue that particular line. That's I've just seen Erka Lindstrom and Sarah Dove swap position. Sarah up into 15th place, and then straight on to Ross Woodford's case. Whoa! Oh wow! Evan Imre. Who on earth is in that pack? That's Imre, Jonsson, Holstein, and Hermann, all in that 4-way scrap. And there, I wondered if Holstein was going to dive on the inside.
Holstein and Hermann going wide there.
Yes, it's impossible to know where to look.
Swimming coming out of the bus stop.
It's impossible to know where to look as well. Look at that. Holstein and is side by side with Hermann coming up into La Source, and there right behind them, Alex Johnson looking to get involved and diving on the inside of Holstein as well. That was an opportunistic move from the newcomer. Wow. Holstein is not having an easy time of it, working his way through the field. He's just about going to hold on to that 11th side by side coming through Rouge. Oh, impact, but they managed to hold it well, driven by both of them. That's going to lose.
Evan off. I think, Evan went off there.
Oh no, all the way down into 24th. He's lost his rear wing. What happened? Yeah,
I think got forced onto the curve or something and
smashed into the wall. Yeah, and round he goes. That is his race done. Yeah, very much so. Just a quick check-in with our leaders. Osterkamp and Fassbender are just gone. 1.7 seconds between themselves and Gadamer, Ilbrink in 4th. Then Larson and Ryan still with their battle. There's Phil Reed in 7th. With
Osterkamp Fassbender back to the Imola days at the start of the season.
Yes.
Bye-bye.
Slipstreaming each other and gone. Keeping an eye on Holstein. There he is. He's broken away from Alex Johnson and now setting off again in chase of Stefan Hermann. Oh, Rodriguez has had a problem. Alberto Gonzalo Rodriguez has had an issue of some description. The Hit Racing Team 80. What's happened here?
2-1. Too far.
Oh, too far wide. Has he lost it? Coming back on track. Yeah, there we go. That's exactly what happened to Boucher. Whoops. Didn't mean to show my desktop there. Don't know what happened there. And that is his race done. So another victim of this race. Oh, Fassbender and Osterkamp very close. So many people are close to someone. It's just, are they going to play the waiting game?
Waldo looking for around Schlumann into the bus stop.
Sarah Dove and Alice Johnson side by side through the bus stop as well. Look at Lindstrom there looking to get involved. So Sarah Dove now up into 12th. There is Lindstrom trying to divide the pair of them. Through La Source they come. Oh, wow. That is
Lindstrom tried to make that 3 wide into La Source 4 corners.
Yeah, absolutely. Sarah Dove just about leading that trio. Well, technically a quartet as Martin Sluman is right there with them. Through Radion they come then. This lot's going to jostle around along with our leaders. Just keeping an eye on every single really close battle is very difficult to do. As you can imagine, there's so many of them. That is Erkan Lindstrom and Sarah Dove and Alex Jonsson and Marvin Sluman, Alexander Waldo and Knut Martinsson, all in very, very, very short succession. Fighting throughout the field, Alex Bennett and Ross Woodford very close together. Oh dear, Ross has had a terrible run. Started 8th, down in 19th. So looking to try and make a move on the inside of Alex Bennett, but can't get it done. Alex Bennett trying to do an outside manoeuvre on Knut Martinsson coming through Bruxelles. Sarah Dove and Alex Johnson have swapped position again for 30. So Sarah was up to 12th at the beginning of the lap, now down to 14th, just because of the nature of the slipstream here. Paul Ilbrink still on the back of Dominic Gaydemir. Connor Ryan still on the back of Kimi Larson. I'm more curious about... I think Fassbender and Osterkamp are probably just going to stay in coordinated laps at the moment. Maybe they might scrap as the lap count gets towards the bottom, but I think they're just probably going to stay as they are for now. I'm keeping a firm eye on Gaydemir and Ilbrink for that last podium spot at the moment.
Gunson goes just dip the tyre into the gravel. Stavelov.
Who did?
Gunson. Just nothing great. Just let's see how the tyre felt on gravel.
It's not a rally car.
If you want to do that more often,
there's a different racing category for that. Oh, Ilbrink's getting close to Gaydemir. Is he going to have a look on the inside of the source? No, again, he's biding his time. But he is nailed to the back of the Comrade Gaming 37. They're ahead of them. Osterkamp and Fassbender. They're about 8 tenths apart. They'll probably stay as they are. That's the view from Paul Ilbrink. 3 tenths between himself and the car he chases. Dominic Gaydemir up and over Radion once again. Here he comes. He can't help but gain in the slipstream really. On the inside, Gaydemir knew what was coming. And behind them looks like Connor Ryan's going to do the same thing on Kimi Larson. There is he. No, he stays there. Paul Ilbrink doesn't. Oh! Paul Ilbrink! What on earth happened there? He got the move done. Oh, he just caught a bit too much of the rumble strip. Coming through Lake Om, managed to keep his car out of the wall.
Has that caused any damage to the car?
It wouldn't have caused a lot, I would have thought, but he managed to keep it out of the wall.
Yeah, but I saw actually in the feature, Alex Schmidt had a very minor incident, just a minor spin, but he hit the off track, the grass and the gravel in a bit of a bumpy way, and it actually damaged his car enough to retire him.
Oh, Sluman is very close to Saradov. That's for 14th. Sarah's fallen off the back of that Lindstrom and Jonsson battle.
Yeah, that whole battle for P11.
What on earth's happened to Knut Martinsson? Knut is missing quite a significant chunk of his car. What on earth has happened to you? Whatever it was a while ago. There it is. It's up at La Source, at Lake Arm rather. Oh wow! Whether that was a bit of a netcode issue, he's caught. Then he's lost.
That was netcode. I can see that from my angle here.
He caught.
There's no contact.
No.
At all.
No, indeed. There was Ross Woodford. Was the car that took his nose off. Lead pair very, very close on lap 6 of 12. Holstein continues to try. Well, he's caught the back of Kessler. He's not quite on leader's pace, but he's charging on as best he can with damage limitation going on for him. Connor Ryan as they sweep through Eau Rouge and over Radion. Wow, he didn't even get onto the Camel Straight before pulling alongside Kimi Larson. But has that lost him too much momentum? There's Phil Reed behind them. Along with Bruno Demeter, Stefan Herman. Oh, that's Kessler and Holstein doing exactly the same thing as Ryan and Larson. Oh, side by side and through into 10th position for Christoph Holstein. Nicely done. Conor Ryan still not getting the move done on Kimi Larson. Remained in that 6th position. Phil Reed is gaining on him.
But it looks to me Conor Ryan is running quite high wings, considering he's having trouble actually keeping up the pace, and as soon as he's out of the slipstream.
Yeah, absolutely. And
which would indicate running high wings and high downforce.
And behind Sarah Dove is Waldo, Bennett, Woodford and Daniel Morris in that big old chain behind Marvin Sluman in 14th. So a lot of potential fighting to resolve there. And keeping an eye on our leading pair, Osterkamp and Fassbender, 3.1 seconds between themselves and Gadimer now. So they continue to stretch their legs up front. They're not really challenging each other yet, but I have no doubt they will before the race is done. Oh, Phil Reed is very close to Connor Ryan.
Oh, damn, yeah, he is.
So
Bus stop. Bit deep there from Ryan into the first part of the...
Oh, 2099 from Marcel Fassbender. Nicely done.
Someone stop these men.
Oh, Waldo, side by side with Alex Bennett. That's for 16th position. Oh, that was close. Well driven by those two. Keep an eye on Phil Reed. As you heard him lift off there because he wants to make his attack on the Camel Straight. Here he comes. Eau Rouge, Radion. Whoop, bit of a clunk of the rumble strip. Oh, René Osterkamp and Marcel Fassbender have swapped position. Oh, he's having a look. He's got the slipstream in the middle of Kimi Larson and Connor Ryan. He does! Phil Reed sweeps in between the pair of them and takes both positions. Oh, wow. And then Kimi Larson still manages to fend off Connor Ryan. Oh, wow. That was close.
Especially for Reed to stick it in the middle.
That was brave.
And then just let it just lick the stands. And
yeah. Fassbender up into the lead then, doing the exact same manoeuvre for that top spot. But Connor Ryan must be very frustrated at the moment. There is Bruno Demeter and Stefan Hermann in short order as well. Holstein's fallen off the back of Stefan Hermann a little bit. Oh no, Badger Bartley was Patrick Kessler, wasn't he? He was fighting, so he's broken away from Kessler and is chasing off after Stefan Hermann.
It is. You know, the battle for P15 is still going hard.
That's Alex Bennett and Alexander Waldo. Oh, Waldo, was he a bit slow perhaps? Or was just Woodford's caught the back of him with Daniel Morris in short order as well. Bit of a gap forming between Waldo and Bennett. There's Ross Woodford really looking to get on with it. Look at that. I think Woodford is lining up for a move coming into the bus stop, staying out the slipstream. And a 2:09.7 from Fassbender.
Of course.
Nearly 9/10 quicker than Osterkamp last time around. Here comes Woodford. Is he going to try and move on Waldo? There he goes. He's gone for the outside for the first part of the bus stop. He wants the inside for this apex. Forces Waldo wide and up into 16th position for Ross Woodford. Nice drive on the exit of the chicane.
Well set up and well secured as well.
Here comes Osterkamp. Is he going to have a crank back at Fassbender? Same way as they did last time around? No, Osterkamp holds position. Osterkamp backed out of that, so he is remaining in second at the moment. Oh, Demeter and Holstein. No, that is Demeter and Hermann, beg your pardon, that have swapped position. Stefan Hermann up into 8th. Oh, finally, Kimi Larson has been passed by Connor Ryan. That's been a long time coming, but Connor Ryan has finally made the move. And he's lagging a little bit on Kimi Larson.
Oh! He's off.
Oh, he's off. He was lagging there. So has that lag caught up with him? Oh, yep. He's had some kind of failure because he just went straight off at Bruxelles. And that is Connor. What a shame.
No, nothing.
A great shame. Connor Ryan out after such a great battle, finally getting past Kimi Larson and then off into the wall. Oh,
well,
Bruno Demeter. Wow, it's suddenly shot through on the inside of campus on Stefan Hermann. Wow, Bruno means business today.
Oh,
Holstein. Too wide.
As we said that, he loses the rear at Stavolo.
Stavolo, yeah, there is Hermann getting back past Bruno Demeter. Here comes Holstein looking to join the party as well. Holstein doesn't have many laps to better his position. That's surely going to sweep round the outside, coming towards the bus-stop chicane on Demeter. I was going to box him in. Whoa, Demeter, slow him down. And he did. And Holstein wants a decent exit from this part of the chicane, which he gets.
Demeter just parked it on the apex. And the second part of the bus stop, just parked it.
He's defending.
Handbraking everything.
Yeah, he's defending hard for Holstein, which he's perfectly entitled to do. There's nothing to say that he has to let Holstein go. But Holstein's staying out of the slip.
That team is in the powerful position. Completely fair.
Absolutely. Here he comes. Holstein knows what he's doing. Oh, that was close. Side by side then, and they come on to the Camel Straight. Then that's going to give Holstein 8th position now.
That's just Holstein saying, "I want the inside. Thank you."
Yeah, mine. So he's got 9/10 to close down to Stefan Hermann up ahead. So as his recovery drive continues, Rene Osterkamp not able to keep pace with Fassbender at the moment, as that's about 7/10 between those two. There's Gaydemer just at the top of the shot. Paul Ilbrink minding his own business, a couple of seconds off the back of Gaydemer, and there's Phil Reed nearly 3 seconds off the back of Ilbrink. And then there's Kimi Larsen, who after that amazing battle with Conor Ryan now finds himself just 8/10 ahead of Stefan Hermann, who's 8/10 ahead of Christoph Holstein, who's 4/10 ahead of Bruno Demeter. So a bit of a train forming there, still positions to figure out, but only 6 and a bit minutes.
Johnson and Woodford just went side by side through Brussels and Speaker's corner.
And there they are. That is for 17th position for Johnson and Woodford. He's pressing on as hard as he can. Oh, Morris and Waldo, that's a battle for 15th place. That is yet to be resolved. Lindstrom and Sluman, that's a battle for 11th. And Demeter trying his best to hang on to the back of Holstein, but that is no easy feat whatsoever.
Well, no, Holstein definitely has a lot of pace around this track.
Very much so. Very much so.
You can see it.
But from this race, we've lost Conor Ryan, Kanu Martinson, Evan Imre, Gonzalez Rodriguez, and Alexis Boucher. So quite a few people gone, unfortunately. Both of the AOR yellow cars are out of this one.
Well, another good day in the office for that team.
Oh, Hermann's getting close to Larsen now. Here we go again. Oh, wow, look at that pace difference from Hermann. That was absolutely unreal as he's shot past the Swede. Again, no disrespect to Kimi Larsen, but that's just the strength of the slipstream here. So then it's going to be just over a second for Holstein to close down to now Kimi Larsen. And Osterkamp's won another 10th and a bit off the back of Fassbender. So Osterkamp may well just be holding station. They only have 4.5 minutes to go. It's 3 laps at best. So Osterkamp, if he's playing the time game, he doesn't have much of it. I would imagine he's pushing like a crazy man, and just Fassbender has found whatever problems he had last time around hasn't repeated itself for this one.
Yeah. Fassbender has to just hold this gap to Osterkamp for 2 laps essentially. This lap and then 2 more. That's Indeed. 4 minutes ago, and they're coming through Frere now.
Indeed, with 2:10 as the average lap time. So penultimate lap will be started when they cross the line again. Kimi Larsen is doing what he can to hang on to the back of Stefan Hermann. Wow, Stefan Hermann's lap last time at 10.3. He's only 9,000 slower than Rene Osterkamp in second. So yeah. The Sim RC driver doing what he can. Started third, had a horrific start, and is doing what he can to make his way through the field. Holstein is getting ready for another attack. That's going to be interesting.
Yeah, especially just last one wants to try and attack Hermann and try and get by the BSA. I think he has a bigger problem in his mirrors by now with Holstein.
I would agree with that.
As we mentioned, is extremely fast. He showed in the feature, showing it again today. for the sprint.
Here he comes through Radion, and Larson hasn't had a good run there. Holstein has had a cracker there in the slipstream on the inside, and Kimi Larson had no answer whatsoever. He's a good 10 kilometres an hour slower than Holstein at the point that car number 9 came past. So just goes to show the effectiveness of the slipstream. Now 1.3 seconds is the lead gap between Osterkamp and Fassbender. Fassbender almost getting into the 209s again. With
Morris and Waldo spelling for P15. No.
Yep, they're still fighting.
The two Team AOR cars, red and purple.
Yep. Two AOR representatives with Alex Jonsson right behind them for NHR Esports. He had a pretty good maiden race in the feature race. It hasn't quite gone his way this time, and that is the nature of the beast. I'm still keeping an eye on Holstein. He is keeping pace with Stefan Hermann.
Holstein is eyeing the P6.
Definitely.
From 20 seconds to P6 will be from Holstein.
An impressive achievement indeed. Here comes Marcel Fassbender into the bus stop chicane to start the final lap. I think it's fair to say he's been pretty unchallenged all race long. Over the line to 10.2, a 209.9 from Osterkamp last time around. But it is not going to be enough to halt the immense pace of his fellow SimRC racer up front. Holstein is going to be having a crack at Hermann. Phil Reed is 1.5 seconds up the road. Unless someone has a problem, he's not really going to be... Oh, Kimi Larson spun. Kimi Larson's had a problem at La Source. Oh! Did he touch the grass? Because the car just kind of let go before he got there. And through went Demeter and Kessler.
No, Dustin touched the grass at all.
It didn't look like he did. What a weird issue.
The red just decided, I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah, I've had enough.
Bye.
Oh!
You may want to do your thing, but I don't want to do it.
But he's side by side with Kessler. Those that are coming up to late calm. He's going to be the last of the late breakers. Kessler wins out on that one, as Larson has to slot back in behind in 10th position. Where's our leaders? Oskamp's gained a bit, but not enough to force the issue. And unless Marcel either lets him close in or falls off the road, that is going to be a victory for him. Should just be able to follow that.
Almost pulled like Cameron Holstein now.
Yeah.
Pull a few tens, and now it's around a second instead of a few tens between the two.
Yeah, I think Holstein's going to have to settle for where he is. But up front, it is the yellow banners being waved this time. As through they come through Blanchimont for the final time towards the chicane. Unless some very strange occurrence happens now. Is his wheel going to fall off? No. Your winner for the sprint race here in Spa is car 49. It is Marcel Fassbender, chased home by René Osterkamp. Dominic Gaydemer rounds out the podium. Paul Ilbrink again putting another fourth on the board. Incredible consistency from our championship leader. Oh, you're oohing at Kimi Larson and Patrick Kessler. They were side by side. Phil Reed.
Larson tried that last corner, last lap move, just didn't work out.
Didn't quite happen. So Reed 5, Hermann 6. Holstein has come across the line in 7th place. Demeter 8, Kessler 9, Larson in 10th. Sluman is across the line in 11th. Erka Lindstrom 12, Saradov 13. Alex Bennett, there he is, 14. Jonsson, newcomer, has finished out his maiden races in 15th position. There's Waldo, 16. Morris, he's crossed the line, 17. Woodford, 18. And Schmidt, our last runner on track. Nice stylish finish. He wants to go over the line. Is he going to go over backwards? No, he's just going to donut on the line. Fair enough.
He did swerve all the way from Stavelot to the bus stop, so...
Extra star points for Alex Smith. So your confirmed results then are Fassbender, Osterkamp, Gaidemeyer, Ilbrink, Reed, Herman, Holstein, Demeter, Kessler, Larson, Sluman, Lindstrom, Dove, Bennett, Jonsson, Waldo, Morris, Woodford, Schmidt. Those that didn't see the flag are Butelar, Gill, Ryan, Martinson, Rodriguez, Imre, and Boucher. Whew, what a race.
Yep.
Go on.
I feel Phil Reed is about to take the Radion and Rouge backwards. Yes.
That's one way to do it. And we have got Paul Ilbrink wanting to have a chat to us. Why the devil not? Let's have him in. Hello, Paul Ilbrink.
Hello.
Well, once again, your incredible consistency coming through. How are you feeling after this one?
The second race was quite boring from my points, but the first race was entertaining with a nice little pass into Lacombe, so I enjoyed that. And coming home in third in that one was more than I expected after the first 2 laps.
I mean, what were your thoughts? Did you know that Marcel and Rene had trouble in the first race?
Well, I saw that once I overtook Rene that he was like missing, so I expected something. I assumed something happens, but and yeah, of course, Marcel had to come from the back, and he didn't qualify, and I think he did quite a good job on where he finished in that one, but that's good for the championship for me, I think.
Very much so. Still very much eyes on the prize, or are you still taking each week as it comes?
I just take each week as it comes. Like I would have, like it was difficult this week with like the different downforce levels. Like I'm not sure how CMRC made that medium downforce work in such a way that they had like such an insane high top speed and still.
That's the way it goes sometimes. Well, another step closer to glory for you, Paul, and best of luck for the remainder of the season.
Yeah, thank you.
No one else has made themselves available for comment as yet, so we've got another couple of minutes. It's entirely up to them. We don't force them to come and have a chat with us. But wow, what a race we have had here at Spa.
Yeah, I think it's Marcel Fassbender wants to talk.
He does indeed. Let's grab him over. Hello, Marcel.
Well, hello there.
Well, that's a bit of a mixture event for you today.
Yeah, sadly.
What happened in the feature race qualifying?
What happened there? I think in the first lap I got an off track. Second lap I clipped the curb too hard somewhere that sent me off track and got under tray damage from there. Luckily I caught it on the next straight and went back to the pits to at least get one flying lap in. And just caught another incident on that lap.
Oh no. So even the greats make mistakes. Yeah. So but I mean, you still, considering you started last, you still sort of stormed through the field, and then you did the typical SimRC regime in race 2 with you and Rene just running off into the distance.
Yeah, I mean, in race 1 we were thinking about what to do when we messed the qualifying up, and we thought just go in the pits in lap 1, get clean air, and just push and see where it gets you. And I mean, P6 is still fine for starting in 24, I guess. And yeah, sprint race just worked like we had, or just how we wanted to go in the feature race. The setup was good. Just worked a bit on that setup. Got something going, and yeah.
Great effort. Well, congratulations for you, Marcel. Still hanging on strong in the championship, and we look forward to speaking to you again.
Thank you for broadcasting.
Oh, always a pleasure. Always a pleasure. We have a few others that have come to make themselves available. We have Phil Reed, Sarah Dove, and Mr. Holstein. Let's grab Mr. Holstein over.
Yeah.
And we interrupted the conversation. Fantastic. Always a bonus point for the commentators.
Way.
Hello, Mr. Holstein.
Hello, everyone.
That was a bit of a mixture event for you as well.
Well, roughly, I would say a very good event, to be honest. Apart from the sprint race quality, I would say. But yeah, I don't know. Pace was definitely there today, so yeah, the result in the feature race especially is very, very satisfying, I guess.
I'll say. What were your thoughts coming into this race? It's been a bit of a mixture season for you so far. Were you confident on a strong result today?
Actually, kind of yes, because I seemed to be at the top of the practice session for literally like 50 minutes or something, and then at the end, like, SimRC showed up finally, which was a bit which is not what wasn't surprising, but it was surprising that it happened so late, really, in the practice session. And then, really, the feature race was kind of odd because I had much more downforce than Stefan and Patrick, who was battling for the lead. So it kind of took me a while to figure out the tactics which I needed to do to, get the nose ahead. And yeah, in the end, it was very, very tight, obviously, on the final lap. But I don't know. I'm really, really happy. I think this is only my second ever feature race win with the Formula Renner League combined. So it doesn't happen that often that I win these races.
We look forward to seeing you towards the top much more then. Good luck for the remainder of the season, and we look forward to chatting to you again.
Thank you.
Let's grab Sarah Davin. Hello, Sarah.
Hello.
How are you feeling today?
About 50-50. I had pretty much no practice, so the first few laps of the feature race were like pretty surprising, but then the unfortunate behavior of this car over bumps kind of got me, where I just clipped curb too much and immediately spun twice. And that was pretty much it, because I lost so much time.
You had a lot of fighting going on in the sprint race, though.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
The slipstream was basically like a hybrid LMP1 speed boost, like plus 1,000 horsepower kind of thing.
It certainly did look very, very effective.
Yeah, you could kind of like see people that were like, they'd just gotten out the slipstream of the car ahead, and then the car behind just immediately at them, and then the car behind them at them, and then at them. And I got double slipstreamed at one point, where two people overtook me.
I think we saw that one where you were up to 12th at one stage, and then next thing you know, you're in 14th after heading down the Pillon.
It was a good race, better than I expected.
Good. Well, good luck for the remaining rounds. Look forward to chatting to you again.
Thank you.
And finally, it is Mr. Reed. Hello to you, Phil.
Hi.
A bit of mixed fortunes for you as well this evening.
Yeah, it was all right.
Did you not fancy having straight suspension then in the feature race? You wanted to give yourself an extra challenge?
Actually, funnily enough, the suspension was fine.
Oh, okay.
It was only the front wing died.
Because you hit the barrier, what looked like pretty hard.
Yeah, well, I just got a technique. Doesn't matter how hard I hit a barrier. It's all good.
You are made of rubber.
Yeah, it was a real one actually, that crash, because I hadn't had that issue before. And then it was just like, oh, do you know what? I'm going to go loose on the turn. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, I don't appreciate it, but I'll try. And then I almost survived, but then I didn't. So, yeah.
So how was your sprint race then?
Much better. Yeah. I had a very hairy moment on into the bus stop on lap 1, where I was following in behind Stefan, and I was kind of slightly defending from Ross. Ross went to the outside. I was like, okay, that's fine, I can deal with that. And then I ended up braking, and then all of a sudden there's Bruno on the inside, out of nowhere. Didn't see him coming. Straight on the inside, which cracked me up with laughter because it was just hilarious how far back he was from. Then he managed to do the corner and stay ahead, and I was able to. So I was in the middle of 3 cars going into the bus stop. So that was fun. And then I was able to keep it straight enough to not have Bruno hit me and turn in that, but also not so straight and deep that I would then hit Stefan. So I was able to get it around, got the move done on Stefan unintentionally at first. And then obviously I got Bruno on the straight down to look on the very next lap. So I was like, okay, that's all sorted. And then it was pretty much a straight charge down to try and catch the 2 ahead in Kimmy and Connor. And then I decided, you know what, I'd had so much fun doing it on lap 1. Why not try and overtake 2 people in the middle again? And so I did that.
It was that one that we saw. It was you and Kimmy and Connor, I think. Because soon afterwards, Connor got past Kimmy and then disconnected. Which is a great shame for him.
It was, because they were doing very well, both of them.
Well, best of luck, Phil, for the remainder of the season. We look forward to chatting to you again.
Thank you.
And that is going to be it for this evening. Thank you very much to those that have been with us throughout the stream. A great pleasure to have you with us. Thank you, Simon, for keeping me on the straight and narrow. Always a great pleasure to have you with me.
You're welcome.
And do come back to us for more AOR action. Plenty of things going on in the week. So do check back with us then. Until then, thank you very much and good night.